We are travelers on a journey, fellow pilgrims on the road. We are here to help each other walk the mile and bear the load. I will hold the Christ light for you in the night time of your fear. I will hold my hand out to you, speak the peace you long to hear. Sister, let me be your servant, let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. Brother, let me be your servant, let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. I will weep when you are weeping, when you laugh, I'll laugh with you. I will share your joy and sorrow till we've seen this journey through. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we've known together, of Christ's love and agony.
Hey, friends. I am recording this message for you on May 2nd, 2021, out here in the pavilion at the chapel at Mars Hill. And it is a gloriously beautiful day, which is no surprise because, as I said, I'm in Mars Hill. And I'm thinking that this, I hope and I pray, and God willing, may be the last time I record a video for you for Crossroads in this way. It's the last week of the semester, and I'm very much hoping that we will be able to be back in person for Crossroads in the fall. The theme that we planned for the day is friendship, and I'm still kind of sticking to that. The idea of friendship has been very much on my mind this week as I've collected nominations for our Salt and Light Awards. I've been wondering what it is to be a friend, what it is to be a supporter, an encourager, what it means to be that within the context of faith. And from my own context, reading through scriptures and having studied scripture for a long time now, the passages and the stories that come to mind are the story out of Exodus chapter 17, when the Israelites were in battle and Moses was up on the hill. And when his hands were raised high, the Israelites, they fought well, they succeeded. And when his hands fell, they fell and they failed. And the importance of that one piece that could only have come from God. That Moses had no super strength that allowed him to keep his hands up, but rather he had two people with him, Aaron and Hur, who in seeing his strength failing, found a stone for him to sit upon, and they stood on either side of him and they lifted his arms, and in that way ensured that his task would be successful and that the Israelites would prevail. They could have stood back. They could have watched him fail. They chose to step forward. Because, my friends, we are created to be together. We are created to help one another. We are created to support one another. That goes all the way back to Genesis when we're told of our own creation. I think also of the friendship of Jonathan and David, who had so many reasons not to be friends, who had so many reasons to be on opposing sides of everything they faced together, and yet chose to know one another and encourage one another. And I think of course, Jesus and the disciples and the community that they built together. I think of the women who followed Jesus and supported Jesus and who followed him all the way to the end, and then were the first afterward, after he died on the cross, the first to come to the tomb, to prepare his body, to give that final act of love for him. And in so doing, also got to be the first preachers, the first evangelicals, the first bearers of the good news that he had in fact risen. And I think of the early church too, and the way that they came together to support each other and encourage each other, no matter how dangerous it may have been, to pray together, to study together, to reassure one another, to break bread together. In short, to form community together. And it wasn't perfect. We know that from the stories, and no community ever is, but they chose it. And I wonder in all of these cases, if it's the choice that matters. Because every day when we wake up, we get to decide. And we don't usually spend the time deciding what we believe, but we do decide how we will live out our beliefs. And so then the question is, will the people around you on any given day, because of you, feel more valued, more welcomed, more respected, more encouraged, more appreciated, more known, more included, more seen, more supported? Will they feel more loved? Have you chosen to be a friend? Or not? Because there really is no neutral territory. Certainly not for followers of Jesus Christ, who said we will be known by our love and gave no other measure for us. And really not for followers of any tradition, religious or philosophical, that centers on some form of the golden rule. There's a song I love sung by Billy Jonas. It's titled More Love. And in it, he says, "There is just one task, and all that matters is the answer when the question's asked. Did you put more love in the world today?" And we will fail sometimes, just like the stories that we read out of Scripture. We will fail. We will fail many times. And then we have another decision to make. How will I do better? And every time we decide to take a breath, repair what we can, where we can, and do better with more love, we grow. And the world is better for it. We have practiced our faith with more depth. We have deepened our faith. We have come to a more profound understanding of what it means to be called out as someone who loves. So friends, these have been the things that have been on my mind, and we've had so many beautiful nominations for Salt and Light Awards. So as I said, this is the last week of the spring 2021 semester, and I tell you, the lengths we have gone to protect one another and care for one another in what has been a very difficult year have been extreme. And today we have the pleasure of presenting Salt and Light Awards to members of our community who have gone out of their way to bring more love and more encouragement and more appreciation and more support to the people around them. These are people who have practiced friendship in the most beautiful and truest sense of the word. And each of these awards came about by nomination from one or more members of our MHU community to honor another member of our MHU community. So enjoy this display of Mars Hill love as we close Crossroads for the last time in this 2020-2021 academic year. Have a blessed and beautiful summer. Be well. You are loved.